Hi, future scientists. I'm Atom. Join me in this fun task of counting atoms, starting from the simple formulas and ramping up to some complex ones. So, what is a chemical formula? A chemical formula tells us what atoms make up a compound and how many of each atom is present in the compound. The formula is made up of element symbols and subscripts. The subscripts indicate how many atoms of each type of element are in the molecule. Case 1. HCl, hydrogen chloride. If there is no subscript written, it means it is one atom. So, hydrogen here is one atom and chlorine is one atom. Case 2. Calcium carbonate, CaCO3. Calcium is one subscript, one atom. Carbon is one atom. And oxygen is 3 atoms. Case 3. Ammonium hydroxide, NH4OH. Ammonium hydroxide is composed of an ammonium ion, NH4 and a hydroxide ion, OH1-, and needs to be written as NH4OH. So N here is one atom, and H is the subscript 4 plus the subscript 1. So that will be 5 atoms, and oxygen is 1 atom. Case 4, magnesium hydroxide, Mg parentheses OH close parentheses subscript 2. Here we see parentheses and a 2 outside the parentheses. This subscript multiplies everything inside the parentheses. So both O and H will be multiplied by 2. So Mg equals 1 atom. Oxygen equals subscript 1 multiplied by subscript 2 outside the parentheses. So that equals 2 atoms. Hydrogen equals subscript 1 multiplied by subscript 2 outside the parentheses. That's also 2 atoms. Case 5, phosphoric acid. Phosphoric acid is H3PO4. But here there is a 3 in front of the H3PO4. This is same as writing 3H3PO4 equals H3PO4 plus H3PO4 plus H3PO4. And the 3 here is called the coefficient. The coefficient represents how many molecules are present or how many units are present. Every atom in the molecule will be multiplied by 3 or by the coefficient. So hydrogen here equals subscript 3 multiplied by coefficient 3 equals 9 atoms. Phosphorus equals subscript 1 multiplied by coefficient 3 equals 3 atoms. O equals subscript 4 multiplied by coefficient 3, which equals 12 atoms. Case 6, ammonium phosphate, which is NH4, parenthesis close 3, PO4, but then there's a coefficient of 4. So the number of nitrogen atoms equals subscript 1 multiplied by subscript 3 outside parenthesis multiplied by coefficient 4 equals 12 atoms. Hydrogen equals subscript 4 multiplied by subscript 3 outside parenthesis multiplied by coefficient 4 equals 48 atoms. Phosphorus equals subscript 1 times the coefficient 4 equals 4 atoms, and oxygen equals subscript 4 multiplied by coefficient 4 equals 16 atoms. Case 7, copper sulfate pentahydrate, CuSO4 period 5H2O. Here, pentahydrate indicates that there are 5 water molecules, H2O, associated with each copper sulfate unit. Cu equals 1 atom, sulfur equals 1 atom. There are 4 oxygen atoms from CuSO4, and subscript 1 times 5, which equals 5 oxygen atoms from the 5 water molecules. So there is a total of 4 plus 5, which equals 9 oxygen atoms. Each water molecule contains 2 hydrogen atoms. So number of hydrogen atom equals subscript 2 multiplied by 5 equals 10 atoms. Challenge questions. Glucose. 3C6H12O6. Since there are 3 molecules of glucose here, carbon equals subscript 6 times coefficient 3 equals 18 atoms. Hydrogen equals subscript 12 times coefficient 3 equals 36 atoms. Oxygen equals subscript 6 times coefficient 3 equals 18 atoms. Question 2. Ethanol, 4C2H5OH. Since there are 4 molecules of ethanol, carbon equals subscript 2 times coefficient 4 equals 8 atoms. Hydrogen equals subscript 5 times coefficient 4 plus subscript 1 times coefficient 4, which equals 24 atoms. Oxygen equals subscript 1 times coefficient 4 equals 4 atoms. Question 3. Calcium dihydrogen phosphate, 4Ca, start parenthesis, H2PO4, close parenthesis, subscript 2. There are 4 molecules of calcium dihydrogen phosphate here. So calcium equals subscript 1 times coefficient 4 equals 4 atoms. Hydrogen equals subscript 2 times subscript 2 outside parenthesis times coefficient 4 equals 16 atoms. Phosphorus equals subscript 1 times subscript 2 outside parenthesis times coefficient 4 equals 8 atoms. And oxygen equals subscript 4 times subscript 2 outside parenthesis times coefficient 4 equals 32 atoms. Question 4. TNT, Trinitrotoluene, 2C7H5, NO2 in parenthesis, subscript 3 outside parenthesis. There are 2 molecules of TNT here, so carbon equals subscript 7 times coefficient 2 equals 14 atoms. Hydrogen equals subscript 5 times coefficient 2 equals 10 atoms. Nitrogen equals subscript 1 times subscript 3 outside parenthesis times coefficient 2 equals 6 atoms. Oxygen equals subscript 2 times subscript 3 outside parenthesis times coefficient 2 equals 12 atoms. Question 5. Magnesium sulfate heptahydrate or Epsom salt, 3MgSO4 PD7H2O. There are 3 molecules of Epsom salt here. So Mg equals subscript 1 times coefficient 3 equals 3 atoms. Sulfur equals subscript 1 times coefficient 3 equals 3 atoms. In 1 unit of MgSO4 7H2O, there are 4 plus 7, which is equal to 11 oxygen atoms. So in 3 MgSO4 7H2O, there will be 3 times 11, which equals 33 oxygen atoms. There are 2 times 7 atoms of hydrogen in 7H2O, then include the coefficient of 3, so there will be 2 times 7 times 3, which is equal to 42 hydrogen atoms. Question 6. Cobalt 2 chloride hexahydrate, 2COCl2 6H2O. There are 2 molecules of cobalt 2 chloride hexahydrate here, so cobalt equals subscript 1 times coefficient 2 equals 2 atoms. Chlorine equals subscript 2 times coefficient 2 equals 4 atoms. Hydrogen equals subscript 2 times the coefficient 6 for the water molecule times the coefficient 2 for the entire molecule, which equals 24 atoms. And oxygen equals subscript 1 times the coefficient 6 for the water molecule times the coefficient 2 for the entire molecule, which equals 12 atoms. Question 7. Aluminum sulfate octadecahydrate, 4Al2, SO4, outside parenthesis 3, 18H2O. There are 4 molecules of aluminum sulfate octadecahydrate here. So aluminum equals subscript 2 times coefficient 4 equals 8 atoms. Sulfur equals subscript 1 times subscript 3 times coefficient 4 equals 12 atoms. In 1 unit of Al2, SO4, 3, 18H2O, there are 12 plus 18 equals 30 oxygen atoms. So in 4Al2, SO4, 3, 18H2O, it will be 30 times coefficient 4, which equals 120 oxygen atoms. There are subscript 2 times coefficient 18 atoms of hydrogen in the 18 molecules of water. Then include the coefficient 4 for the entire molecule. So hydrogen will be equal to subscript 2 times coefficient 18 for the water molecules times coefficient 4 for the entire molecule equals 144 atoms. There you have it. We have learned how to count the atoms from simple to complex formulas. Please subscribe, like, and share. And I will see you again with more fun science. Happy learning. Thank you.